everyone was watching this private jet fly from the Caribbean to Van Nuys Airport just north of Los Angeles because LeBron was on it. He had been vacationing with his family in the Caribbean, but now he is in Los Angeles. Of course, teams can start to contact players at midnight tonight. That's 9 o'clock in LA. The Lakers, of course, are very interested in LeBron, but LeBron also has 2 houses there in the greater Los Angeles area, including Brentwood, and he spent a lot of summers there. But let's be real. I mean, you're going to have teams come holler at you. I mean, I'd like to be in LA if that was going to happen for me. Adrian Wojnarowski back here with us on SportsCenter. So we know where he is. What else do we know about LeBron and the impending free agency period?
Well, he goes into free agency now without having any real direct contact himself with the Cleveland organization, with the front office, with ownership. They haven't had really any direct communication since the season ended. The Cavs lost in the finals.
Right.
And so they tried at times to figure out a way to maybe do some things with their roster and clearing cap space or working on some trades. But at every turn, their sense was, we aren't going to make long-term decisions for our organization without knowing what LeBron's going to do. He's not giving them direction. And so that's kind of where the Cavs are poised here, as LeBron now can start talking with the Lakers and any other team he'd like to at midnight Eastern.
Well, I mean, if you're the Cavs, you would read that as an indication maybe he's moved on from us, but at the same time, you don't know that until you actually have a conversation with them, which they can start to do sometime later tonight. So that's LeBron. Of course, Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka also in pursuit with the Lakers in Los Angeles. But let's go over to Kawhi Leonard, because there was some talk, Woj, that LeBron wanted to see where some of these other dudes landed before he made his decision. That's why the Lakers were maybe trying to get a deal done with the Spurs prior to from a trade standpoint. Where does it stand right now what the Spurs are going to do? Well,
the Lakers have made offers to the Spurs, but they've not been aggressive. Neither has Boston or Philly. All of these teams who, have the assets to get a deal done have been cautious on how much they've offered. And this has not been a process that quickly escalated with teams trying to top each other. There's really been a feeling out process here of what exactly the Spurs want and what it would take to get a deal done. But the Lakers, now this can change in a moment's notice. It can change with one phone call, and that's how it often happens this time of year in the trade market. But right now, there's no deal imminent for Kawhi Leonard, and the Spurs, they're not going to give Kawhi Leonard away. This is a top 3 or 4 player in all of the NBA, and they still have the one ace the Spurs believe they have in their pocket is they can offer Leonard that $219 million Supermax contract so they can play this thing out. The February trade deadline is the last point they could lose him for nothing, and that's several months away.
We mentioned the fact that LeBron's sort of waiting to see how things play out. And I apologize for putting you on the spot here with this one, Woj. Have you gotten the sense from some of the people you've spoken to that some of these other players would like to see where LeBron goes first before they make a decision, or is it just every man for themselves?
Yeah, I think all of these players have great, so listen, Leonard is a trade, but, Paul George, Oklahoma City's done a tremendous job of recruiting him, of selling him on a future there, and they're in strong position. LA is going to have to do work here in this open period to really turn Paul George's head. A year ago, they thought they had him. And so I think while they're all keeping an eye on each other and what's going on in their processes, their decisions, I think you're seeing players independently trying to figure out what's best for them. Any of these players know if they go into LA, it's always going to be a draw. They can go out in free agency, if not this year, next year, and add more talent, whether that's James individually or Paul George individually.